Hi everyone, welcome to a new video with how to. So I had a question during the session and I promised to take it offline to research. So I'm here to give you my findings. There was a question about how we can save a snippet of the prompt because prompt writing, it's a skill and it will take time from you to learn how to write it correctly, to reuse it, and how you can reuse the prompt over and over again. That would be a very good option to do. And there was a question if we can save the prompt somewhere within Visual Studio Code so you can do it over and over again whenever needed. So I did some research because I used to do something similar to in Force.com IDE in the past. Never did it in Visual Studio Code. So I want to share it with you, and it will apply not just for the prompts, it can apply as well to regular expression that you may use, method that you find yourself writing over and over again, the how to write the trigger handler. So it can apply to different things, but I will keep this video focus on how you can store your prompts and how you can reuse it in your dev assistant. So once you are comfortable and you play with the prompt and you keep editing it to do whatever you want, and you are happy and satisfied with the output, you can save it. So you go to your Visual Studio Code, you do Command-Shift and P in Mac. It will open you the option to write which command you want to run, the command palette. So we will be interested in the snippets, configure snippets. It's in, for me here, I don't need to write it. It's there because I've recently used before the video to test it. So I will click on it. You can choose to create a snippet specific to your project. I don't know if that will be useful in my head, like will be more as a global, that you will use it in any project or you can reuse it again. So I will go and click on new global snippet file. Here, it will ask me to give a snippet file name. So in my opinion, for example, if we are focused in this video on storing your prompts, I would say here prompt, for example, prompt snippets, or maybe Agentforce dev snippets, prompt snippets, prompts. So I can name it, you can choose the name that you want. For me, it sounds Agentforce dev underscore prompts will be a good way to name the file. And I will hit enter. So when I hit enter, it gives you a file and it gives you some explanation on how to use it. Again, it's not limited to it's not limited to Agentforce or for the prompts. You can have for regular expressions, for specific Apex method that you keep reusing from the string class, for example. So whatever the use case, you can do it for anything. But here we are focused on prompts. So to give you an example how to write it, usually like in the print console as this example, this will be the name that you refer to it in the file. Then I didn't try the scope myself, but I focus on the prefix that what you would write to give it to you. Then the body that will give you like what will be the body that you will have, like it will be inserted, and then a description for it. So we'll remove the description here, and I will try to bring a couple of them for you, and then I will have one as well that I find it's very interesting to do at the end. So I will paste them here. So here I have the names. The names again are just for how to refer to it in the snippet file for yourself. And then I give a prefix. My advice for you to keep the prefix meaningful. So I would, if it's me who's building this file for myself, I will start, all of them will be prompt because that's what I want to write to filter them. And then if it's a prompt to generate an Apex class, I will do Apex underscore and then the name of what we are trying to do. If it's to generate SOCO, I will replace the apex with SOCO. If it's SOCO, I can name it with the SOCO here instead of SOCO. If it's LWC, it can be an LWC, or maybe you can choose by the functionality you want to do. Is it a prompt for explaining? Is it a prompt for generating comments? Is it a prompt to create an Apex class? So it's really up to you how you name it, but be mindful. This will be how you can access it. So if you have multiple that are SOCO, so you can at least write prompt SOCO to filter out Apex and LWC. You don't want to see them and you focus on the SOCO. So be mindful on how to name them. So if I save it, there is no way, I couldn't find a way, at least from my end, how to use these snippets directly in the Dev Assistant. So you can just temporarily open any class, and you can, at the end of it, say prompt. That's what all my three snippets start with. So that's why I say prompt. And that's why, for example, I say if I write SOCO, it filters out the Apex I see. Now I have one snippet to fetch records, another one for subquery. So let's click on the subquery, and that's where it gave me the prompt that I saved. I can take it, cut, and go to my Dev Assistant and write and do paste. So I don't have to retype it. And now here I press enter, and that will generate for me the SOCO, because that's the, for example, the prompt that we have. It will give me the accounts with their opportunities and tasks. It will format it to be readable for me. I didn't want a class or a method. I just wanted the SOCO. So that's what got generated for me. So it's pretty useful. One further example, I tried to make it like even more generic. Now for the subquery, for example, you'll notice that we have that the accounts as an object is hard-coded. The limit is hard-coded. The child objects are hard-coded. So what if I wanted to be generic and I can reuse it with multiple objects, multiple relationships, and I don't have it to be hard-coded? In that case, we can do a more generic snippet that we can reuse. So here I have the Agentforce generate so-called query with subquery dynamic. And I change here a prefix, I added dynamic at the end. And it will be the same as what we have here, but instead of accounts, I started to have variables like here, $, curly bracket. The first variable is I want to be pushed to fill this as the first one, object name. Then the limit to only, and then that's number 2, limit value. Order by created date ascending with the third is the relationship. Instead of opportunities and tasks, I have 3 and 4, child object 1 and child object 2. So it's the same, just a bit generic, so you can reuse it easier. If I go again here, I will have now a fourth one. So I can do like that, and it put the cursor on the first variable. So I can say projects, and then limit. It asks me what's the limit. I will limit it to 2 in that case. Then I go tab, goes to the third variable. For example, it's project tasks. And I don't have another child object in that case, so I can remove this one. I don't need it. And now I can take this, let's clear the chat, and I can enter it here and press generate. So now it generated for me the SOCO with the limit 2. It's getting from the project and it's getting the project tasks. So it's the same prompt. Again, we can see it one more time. I choose the dynamic. I can now say I want account. Sorry, and I will go and fix it. Here, I would say the limit is 200. I want tasks, and I want opportunity, like as the second object. And here I fix this will be account. And let's take this cut, clear the chat, and I we'll hit enter. So write a so-called to fetch account in that case. So in that case, it got me the account with the limit 200, and the child or the subquery is correct for opportunities and tasks. So the benefit of having snippet would be, I see it will be more useful if you convert it to be dynamic in that form. So you don't have to type a lot or like customize it every time. So let's say you have a prompt to generate an Apex batch job. So you can have a variable to help you remember you want to specify the batch job name and the Apex class name. And you can take it, cut and paste. The only thing I couldn't find a way to like start using these snippets in the dev assistant. I had to do it in any file here and take it, cut and paste, which still a good way of saving time and assuring that like you will always have the output you wish, especially if you put the time and effort to try different ways of writing your prompt until you reach the right output you want. So you don't want to keep redoing that again. I hope that was useful. If you have question about that or you want further example or anything, leave me a comment or send me a message on LinkedIn or Slack, and I will be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was useful for you.